Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And today, my amazing guest, Vanessa Vargas. So excited for this conversation. Make sure and share this out. Get ready because this is going to be a good one. So let all your friends know, tag your friends. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Alzheimer's Association, Carrie Whitledge and Farmers Insurance, Capital Mortgage Source, and Kicking Cancer. For more information on how to support the Alzheimer's Association in their fight against the terrible disease Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. And for more information on Carrie Whitledge and Farmers Insurance in Lebanon, Oregon, call 541-258-3995. And for Capital Mortgage Source and their mortgage services in Corvallis, Oregon, go to capitalmortgagesource.com. Finally, for Kicking Cancer and their fight against cancer and supporting families going through cancer, go to kicking-cancer.org. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. I am so excited for today. Boy, I tell you, this week has been zooming by. I've had so many great things happening, so much going on. And so I'm just trying to take a deep breath. It's been a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but in a good way. When a little bit of stress comes, I learn to just take a step back, give it to God, and not worry about it. And yesterday was one of those days. So I'm excited for today and back on track. Things are looking good. So anyway, so glad you're here. We're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. That's right. We go live at 8 a.m. and it's a great time to be here because you can engage in the comments. You can not only communicate with us and ask questions and connect with myself and Vanessa, but you can also engage with people in the comments. It's a great place to build community. There's an amazing, amazing community. And I want to tell you right now, as we get started, the first thing I'm going to say is get out there and let people know that we are on. Share this out. Share. Right now, hit that share button. Tag your friends. Just tell them, hey, you know what, Bob, we're on. Vanessa's coming. You don't want to miss it. So make sure and let people know. And we're so thankful for all of you sharing that out. It is a Thursday morning, and sometimes people, are busy and things are happening. So thanks for helping with all of that. That is so great. So anyway, I'm so grateful that we're here live and able to engage and do all these things. But guess what? After we're done, it still sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And LinkedIn and YouTube is forever. Facebook is for 30 days. So you go back and you have forever opportunities to share, connect, and rewatch whatever you want to do. But wait, there's more. If you don't have a chance to watch or you don't have the time, You can listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Within a week, a few days to a week, this converts to audio podcast, which means while you're driving to work, while you're jogging, while you're putting your makeup on, whatever it might be, you can listen. So I appreciate everybody. If you have a chance to do that, that is so great. And share, connect, like, and comment on whatever platform works for you. We really appreciate that. That really helps us out. So thank you so much for that. So what is Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, all about? Well, I tell you, we're all about how amazing people connect. And Vanessa today is one of those amazing people. I'm telling you, there's so many different areas in life where you connect with people, build community. And I think it is the foundation. Any good business, any good nonprofit, any good family, any good life, it is the most important thing to build community, right? It's so important. And so we're all about that, connecting and building community. And of course, I love to connect. You go to russhedge.com. If you know my name, you know how to connect with me. All of my information there, russhedge.com is the place to go. And I'm telling you, I would appreciate it if you go there, and there's a free download on how to connect, which would be great. With that, it also gives you amazing, by clicking that and getting the free download, it gives you amazing morning encouraging emails. I know you're saying another email list. No, it's not another email list. It's just a way for me to encourage you every morning. And it's so valuable, and I appreciate the opportunity to do that. Between that and my every weekly newsletter on LinkedIn every Monday, the great opportunity is just to have encouraging information. Also, if you subscribe on YouTube, that would be amazing. Go to marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, you can get there. I'm a simple-minded guy. So if you know my name, you get to my website. If you know the name of the show, you get to my YouTube page. Subscribe today, and what do you get? Thousands of live streams, amazing shows, videos, all there available for you. And today we'll be doing the marketing tip of the day. We do every Monday and Thursday. That will get cut out, put on YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts are very popular. That goes on there. Also, my little cat Maisie is very popular on there, way more popular than I am. And so that is a great place to go. And also the YouTube, the marketing tip of the day gets cut out and put on other social media as well. So, but YouTube is a great place to go. Don't forget, like I said before, share this, tag your friends. I'd appreciate that. And exciting news. So behind me, my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my first book. You want to be encouraged and how to live a life with a good mindset, a good perspective, how to have hope and a good life. That is a good book for you to read. You get that today. I know it's shocking. You get that at russhedge.com. Yes, you can, but you can also go to Amazon or any online booksellers and get that as well. Then we've got 4 anthology books, collaborative books, international bestsellers, #1 on Amazon. I was blessed to be part of. They're all available also at russhedge.com and on Amazon as well. Coming out, it's exciting. Coming out soon is my new book, the follow-up to Befuddled. Life Happens and Then You Choose. That's right. I am super excited about this book. Life Happens and Then You Choose. Please, please, please look for that. That is coming out on November 3rd. November 3rd is the date for that. We're going to have a couple big, huge live streams promoting the book. Good day for you to get a copy, and very exciting. That book is going to help you make it through life challenges, remembering that life happens to all of us, and then we choose. Learn a little bit about things that I've been going through between my cancer journey and between other life things, like a near fatal car accident when I was 19. A lot of things have happened in my life, as I know you are having happen in your life too. I get that. So it hopefully will encourage you no matter where you are in that process. So, okay, we're going to do the marketing tip of the day. That's our last thing before we get Vanessa in here. And this every day, every episode is there to encourage you. You go back and watch it. It'll get cut out separately. You can like it and share it. And I would pray that you would do that on social media and on YouTube. It's available. So are you ready? This is in honor of my guest today. All right, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. care about people. That's right. Care about people. I love the quote by John Maxwell that says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You can be so knowledgeable and tell everybody all the things that they should know, or at least you think they should know. And if you don't care about them, they are not going to give a rip. They're not going to care. People want to know that you care about them. If you're in sales and marketing, you got to show this caring for people before they're going to be able to listen to you. John Maxwell also says, learn the right to be heard by listening to others, right? You got to show some actual compassion and interest in others, right? I love what Dale Carnegie says. If you want to be interesting, be interested. Be interested in others. Show them you care about them. And a lot of that has to do with listening and paying attention. So today, no matter what you're in, our guest today in caregiving for other people that really need help, but we all need that caring. We all need that love and support. So today, I want you to remember, care about people, and that is your marketing tip of the day. All right. So there you go. A lot of times people say, what in the world does that have to do with marketing? Well, everything. If you don't care about people and you don't get out there and you're not that kind of a person, it's going to be a detriment to your sales and marketing, I can tell you. So you want to do that. That's going to be a plus. It's going to be a dynamic, make it a dynamic difference in all you do. If I can speak, there we go. So anyway, I do want to tell you one more quick thing. I did an amazing, I was able to speak to an amazing group this week already. And that is, this group was around the senior living care industry, which is interesting because my guest is going to talk about that today too. And I was able to do my presentation on turn cold calling into making friends, all about connection and relationship building. And I'm telling you, it was so greatly received because it makes such an impact on groups like that. And then I wanted to remind you, I'm heading out to New York tomorrow for the Perspectives on Cancer conference. Yes, don't forget the 3rd through the 5th, Perspectives on Cancer. You want to be there. And there it is. There we are last year. Perspectives on Cancer showing up. Perspectives on Cancer conference is going to be in Garrison, New York, the 3rd through the 5th. It's not too late to sign up, not too late to come. And thank you for all those of you that have supported me. And I just want to remind you about that. We are not only sponsor supported, but listener supported. Thank you for all of that. Appreciate you. Okay, now I'm done. We're going to get Vanessa in the room. Here she is. She's going, do I ever get to come in? Hey, Vanessa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. So good. Sorry, I had a lot to get out there this morning.
No worries. No worries. You got to share
it. I am so blessed that you're here. So we're going to start with just basics about you. Who in the world is Vanessa? What are you up to?
Oh, my goodness. So I started as a PSW myself. I worked in the field for about 15 years. So I was with the families, guiding them through what they need to go through to get a better care. And it's just some of the companies that I was working for, I was just treated like a number. So I was tired of being treated like a number, and I needed to feel that I was treated like a person. So I created my own company, and the way I treat my clients, that's the way I like to be treated. So I'm out here and advocating for the seniors and try to make the world a little bit better.
Well, I love that. I mean, let's all just live by the golden rule, my favorite. Treat others like we want to be treated, right?
Yeah.
And I have been through this, as you and I were talking about before the show. I've been through this with both parents, and knowing how important it is to have people like you that are advocating and helping with that process. So someone comes to you, Vanessa, and they say, my parents really need care. They need senior living. They need something. Where do I start? What do? I don't know anything. Help me out.
So we sign them up. We get on a call with them. We ask them what their needs are, what kind of help that they're looking for, how many times a day they need. And then we go and meet them in person and assess the house and see who else they need help with. So we go and meet them because I want them. I have people want to hire me over the phone because that's how desperate they are. I'm like, go, wait,
Wow.
wait a minute. You need to meet me. We need to talk in person. Like, this is, I know you want to get the help right away and you're desperate, but I'm here to give you the right help and guide you the right way. So I make sure I inspect the house and see if everything it's in proper place and what else it needs to be done in the house, and if we need to bring up other professionals to help with the renovations depending on the care that the client is going through, because some of them can be coming out of the hospital or some of them just fall, so we need to move stuff around the house because the families are, they haven't been through that before, right? So this is all new. And I sometimes I get people, I meet people when I go out and they say, oh, my mom is 80, she's 90, we don't need any help. Yeah, they're okay. I was like, oh, what are you doing? You have no plan in place. You don't know, how important it is to have a PSW before things happen, because when you need the care, you just want to hire anyone. It doesn't matter who it is, but you need to have someone that you can trust, and you
Right.
should be doing like some interviewing beforehand. So it's so important to know
Oh
them.
my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I tell you, we talk about in sales and marketing, we talk about the know, like, and trust. I'm telling you, that is more important than ever when it comes to your industry. And I was talking to sales and marketing people this week, as I said, in your industry about that whole know, like, and trust. And if people don't trust you, they're not going to trust their parents to you, no matter what level their parents are at, because, it's very important. Their loved ones are being taken care of. And I just think that it's so vital to have people like you, Vanessa, to be able to do that. So you come in, you take a look at things, you really help them out. Do your services go to the home? Is that where you're doing most of the care?
Well, we do home, retirement homes or long-term cares, and we also go to the hospitals. And
Oh,
yes, so depending on the level of care of the person, I match them with the right personal support worker. So when they start with my service, I make sure that you're getting the same person all the time. So they're building a relationship, they're getting to know what they like, what they don't like. And it's also a big relief for the family because they are they're getting someone that there is going to be there all the time, and their parents are not going to be, they're not going to have like anxiety, because people, when they get older, they get anxiety because they're like, oh my god, am I going to have somebody new, like who's coming, right? And it's also is their privacy, their dignity, right? So, and that's why I step away from the corporations that I was working for, because they kept getting different people in, and it was not fair for the families that they received that help, right? So that's
right.
why I created it different. I said, when I have my own company one day, I'm going to make sure that they're going to get the same person all the time, because it's so important to build that relationship, that communication. And
Yes.
and not only that, my company does, we like to keep family informed, so we send pictures and videos and report of what happened that day, so so I like to say, I took your dad for a walk, here's the picture. We did exercise, here's the video. So I'm not just saying I did it, I have proof to back it up. So I like to
Right.
be very transparent with my company, and that's why
I
it's growing.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
no,
cut you
I'm
off
done.
there.
I'm done.
Well, I think that's amazing. I'm going to relate that to something that somebody did with my beagle. Because what they did, she was almost 14 years old, had never been in a kennel. And when we were on vacation, they sent us pictures
Oh,
to make us feel better.
yeah.
Now, the sad news is we lost her right after we got back. She
Oh,
was she was towards the end of her life, but the good news is we knew she was being taken care of, and we knew that what was happening because they were actually caring enough to take a moment to send pictures to us and all that. And that was a real blessing. And I think that's an amazing thing you can do, showing them the things you're doing for them. Because if they, not, a lot of us working jobs and doing all that can't be with our loved ones and our parents all the time. We can't. So being able to see that gives a level of comfort and a level of just more trust for what you're doing for sure. So, okay. So you said you go to hospitals, you go to, we had a caregiver that came to the independent living when my parents first moved in there, and then actually transferred on and helped even a little bit in the memory care when my mama moved there. But you, one thing that people I think don't realize, those kind of things can cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Your services, their services. Are there things that can help them in that area?
Well, it's you get help from the government here in Canada. The government gives you some type of help depending on the level of care they need. But and it also depends on the level of care they need. You can hire me privately on the side. And the thing with my company is like we don't like to put you in a contract. It's on a needed basis. So if you need me once a week, once a month, once a year, it's all on your needed base. So because you have to pay out of pocket, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Well, I mean, one thing that I learned from amazing people like you was um, that, I learned about Medicaid, if they were going to run about a Medicaid certified places, things like that, that places that would take that. And if you needed that, like you said, government services. I learned about what was important to look for in those places. And, I was able to be around senior living places and caregiving organizations before my parents ever got to that point. So that was good. So I had a level of comfort with them and the people there beforehand. And I really highly recommend that, right? Looking into those things before you desperately need them, right? How can you help people? Their parents aren't quite there or their loved ones aren't quite there, but they're going to need it someday.
Yes, so I'm actually partnered with the library here where I am, and I'm gonna teach people like, when you need help out of the hospital, what to do when you're out of the hospital, because most of the families they don't know it's a first time, especially is if they're just getting out for the first time, they don't know what if you need a hospital bed, or it's all depending on the level of care and what like who can you contact. Like the hospital gives you names, but like they have to look at the reviews of other people, and they have like most of the people they just go with the hospital, what the hospital says, because they know they already seen so many people, but they don't know how the level of cares of those companies. They just know because they're big and they've been around for a long time that they consider them the best, right? So I think people should do research, look up online, talk to a friend, usually a friend that has been through that already, right? Word of mouth, they would know someone that they could trust and they can refer you to. I feel like word of mouth, it's so important because people already been through it. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And that's part of the whole connection and community building portion. When you're doing that and you're connecting with people and you got that word of mouth going out, people already know that you're a person that can be trusted, they can confide in you, and you'll help their loved ones. And boy, I tell you, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. And I was so blessed with a lot of people like you, Vanessa, that helped
thank you.
me through the process, right? Because it's so important. So okay. So what is the most important thing? I'm gonna have you give us your gold nugget of today's conversation. What's the number one thing that people really need to think about that's important to them when it comes to caregiving, senior living, whatever? And tell people the best way to get in touch with you, because I know they're going to want to have a longer conversation. They want to know more about you and what's going on. So give us those two little tidbits.
So the most important they need to know of hiring a PSW, is that what that was the question, right? Is Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. It's just uh the most important, I would say, like, start calling companies, talk to them, see what how they're making you feel. That's when I'm looking for someone professional. I call around, but I call beforehand, because I have elderly parents too, but and my grandparents too that I have to deal with. But I would say call around before it happens. Don't wait till it happens, because when you're in that a mind and state, that state of mind, your mind is going into different places, and it's terrifying, like not knowing who the person you're bringing into your home, right? And it's so scary sometimes because you don't know who they are. So I would strongly recommend you call around, talk to your neighbor, talk to a friend, talk to your doctor, because they usually hear from other clients that they're going through the same thing, that who to call. So I would say, please, I urge you, do it before it happens. Don't wait till it happens. It's
Yeah.
so important.
Well,
Yeah.
that is so. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more on that stuff. It is like, don't wait until you're in desperate need of the services. Find out ahead of time. That's why it's so great what you're doing. You're letting people know what's happening and getting a good opportunity for somebody and everybody. I highly recommend you talk to Vanessa because she can help guide you. You have a heart, I can tell, like a
Yeah.
lot of the people that I talk to, and they said, you know what? It doesn't matter who you use and who you go with. I'm happy to give you some advice on what you really need to look at. And those are the kind of people that you're drawn to, that you want to help you because they care about you more than they care about making money off you.
Yes.
And there's big money in senior living and caregiving. There's big money in that. So there's people that care more about the money than they care about the people. But just like I talked about in the marketing tip of the day, when you care about people, it draws people to you because they know your heart and what's really most important to you. So Vanessa, amazing,
And I
amazing.
can I add something? Sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I was gonna say, any last words? Tell me whatever you want.
But that's the reason why I left the corporation, because they weren't aligning with my mission. I can't tell you the amount of times that I cried with the families, and I was so stressed out for them because they couldn't see a light. They couldn't, they were so desperate. They kept sending them so many different people all the time. And I felt so bad for them because they were so stressed out they couldn't take it anymore. And that's why I created my company, to help families see a light at the end of the tunnel, because I can't tell you how stressful it is for families to go through what they're going through when their loved ones are not well. Sorry.
Well, no, you can just see it, and I appreciate you and being real, because people don't know until they go through it. And I can truly say, I know, I get it. I've been through it with both parents, having to convince my parents to that it was the best thing for them because they weren't able to live on their own anymore.
Yeah.
And, I want to tell most people, you are not a caregiver. And I know you have a good heart and you're thinking you want to take care of your parents, but doing it by yourself is not the answer. Very, very few people have the emotional capacity, the physical ability to do all that needs to happen with caregiving. In fact, here is a startling fact statistic that I have heard, that there is a good percentage of caregivers that die before the person they're caring for
Oh, yeah.
because it is so stressful and so emotionally just horrible. I mean, at times, right? Even in a good situation, I was blessed with lots of help, and that was great. And so it helped me tremendously. But you know what? When you're blessed with caregiving help, and there's ways to get support to be able to afford that, I was able to help my parents with that. But then you can be the son or the daughter or the family member, love them, be with them, and not have to do the little details like showering and feeding and cleaning and all these things, right? That maybe you're not ready for. And so, and it's emotionally difficult. It is, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be super transparent. When we had a wonderful caregiver and she would go on vacation, I'm just like, I'd look at my beautiful wife and I'd say, I am not showering my mom. And they lived in independent living at that point. And my beautiful wife would say, no worries, I got this, right? There's certain things that you just are or aren't going to do, right? And so I had help and support for that. And it's important to do whatever that is. And it was a really difficult time. There were some really difficult times for me. With that support, it made it so much better. And so, yeah. If we had more time, I would tell you a story. And I'll have to save that for another time, though, about my parents. But listen, Vanessa, I appreciate you so much. We're gonna, I'm gonna say goodbye on screen. Don't go anywhere, though. I'll be right there in the green room. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Bye, everyone.
You're welcome. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Yes. I'll have to tell the story another day, but it's in my new book coming up. If you want to read my new book, you'll have that story. So don't forget, life happens and then you choose. And with caregiving, every day life is happening and you're choosing how you're going to move about. So don't forget to do that. So, all right. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Again, we are here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. That's right. It goes live at 8 a.m., but then it sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days, and then it converts to audio podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You have so many opportunities. Please share, like, and comment on wherever your favorite platform is. You can always reach me at russhedge.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube at marketingwithruss.live. We'd appreciate that more than you know. And contact Vanessa. Her information has been ticking along the bottom for LinkedIn and how to connect with her. And also all of her information is in the show notes and the comments. You can click on it and go straight to her. So I appreciate if you do that today and let her help you today for sure. So yes. And last couple of things, again, don't forget, big thanks to our sponsors, Alzheimer's Association, Carrie Whitlatch Farmers, Bob and Capital Mortgage Source, and Kick and Cancer. We are also listener supported. Without you, we can't continue to do this. And because of your listener support, it's helping me get to New York. Thank you for that. I'll be leaving tomorrow and appreciate all of you that are still helping in that area. Appreciate that. Coming out November 3rd, Life Happens and Then You Choose. It's the big day. So appreciate you all getting a copy of that. You're going to learn more about that. My co-host didn't get to say hi today. Kermie wanted to say hi. He's all excited. So it's going to be a good day. Listen, be blessed. And until next time, have a blessed and wonderful life. See you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.